Here's how you are going to fall in love with your life that you become so disciplined. And as crazy as it might seem, there are two answers for that. Answer number one is building a routine. Answer number two is shifting your mindset. So let's start talking about how you are going to build a routine. When building a routine, you need to make it a little bit enjoyable and for you. A routine that you know you are going to follow. So how are you going to do that? Number one is waking up early. I know a lot of people don't like waking up early, but when you wake up early, you have a few hours of romanticizing your life, literally romanticizing yourself and just enjoying your life, starting with a fresh mind and a positive mind. For example, I wake up really, really early in the morning. I have the opportunity to journal, to pray, to kind of start my morning slow. I even have the chance to go to the gym and get a nice workout done. So every single morning, you want to get into the habit of wanting to wake up. You enjoy waking up and you can't wait for the day to start. And that's kind of what you want to build. You want to fall in love with your life. You want to wake up saying that I want to do this. I'm ready. I'm excited. And that's obviously not going to happen every single day, but you want to wake up knowing that you are going to do something that you love, or you're going to romanticize your life and yourself, and you're going to give yourself some love. And whatever that is for you, that's going to be different for everybody, especially if you work a 9 to 5 job. Try to wake up an hour or two earlier so you could kind of start your mornings slow. You could enjoy your little mornings, give yourself some love, journal, start with positivity. It would really, really help your day, and it would start your day with a really nice and positive mindset. Take that opportunity while your whole neighborhood is literally sleeping. You are up and you are giving yourself love. You are giving yourself attention and you're enjoying it. And it gives you more room for your hobbies and little things that you want to do in life while everyone's still sleeping. It allows you to be more productive. It allows you to get more done. It allows you to plan your day. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of your mornings if you can. The second thing is eating a good breakfast. You want to try to eat a high protein breakfast as well as for your other meals throughout the day. And the most important thing when it comes to meals, do not eat until you are in a food coma. Do not do that to yourself. This is how you literally become undisciplined. Because once you do that, you're going to get lazy. You're going to want to sleep. You're going to waste your day. Don't do that to yourself. That is one of the ways that people self sabotage their life. You're basically doing it to yourself. Do not eat until you're in a food coma. Please don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. One thing that I like to go by is 1/3 of your stomach should be filled with food, 1/3 should be filled with water, and 1/3 should be filled with air. And that is just a perfect consistency to keep your body going with energy. The third habit is time blocking. This is one of my favorite things in the world. It has saved me so much time. So if you don't know what time blocking is taking a specific time of your day for a few hours and just avoiding complete distractions, putting your phone away, putting everything away, and just focusing on that specific task so you could really focus and get it done. So let's say you're trying to study for a test. Instead of spending your whole day trying to study for a test, and your phone is right next to you and you keep getting distracted and going on it and scrolling, and then you take like 5 breaks and then you go back to studying and then all those things, and it just takes you 8 hours just to study because all of these distractions, you can reduce that by time block. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell yourself that you're going to study for 2 hours and you're going to shift your phone away. Put it in another room. Put it somewhere where you can't reach it. Unless you need it, obviously, to study, then I would just turn off my notifications. But I would recommend putting your phone away because it is a distraction. It's a big, big distraction. And really focus on studying for those 2 hours, and you would get so much done. More than those 8 hours that you were just trying to study and had so much distractions. So time blocking is so good, and it just saves you so much time. So much time, so much effort, everything. It's the best thing in the world. It allows your brain to understand that you don't have 8 or 9 hours to do that specific task. So when you limit yourself to 2 hours, you really start to focus, and your brain's like, okay, I have to finish this in 2 hours. And you start avoiding distractions and wanting to finish that, which allows you to finish it in a specific time and allows you to not procrastinate and be lazy and waste your whole day just trying to do something. So you start to focus and just get it done. So start using this time blocking method and just see how much you're actually going to get done. Remember that more isn't always the solution. It's about working smarter rather than harder. Use the time blocking method. It is something that is proven to work, and it is very, very helpful. And something that you could also include to help you with time blocking if you've never done it is timing yourself. Like, put a timer. If you're gonna study for 2 hours, then put a 2 hour timer and just leave it on the side and where you could kind of see it and you're like, oh, the time's kind of going down, which is really good. Or like if you have that timer on the side and you have to get like something done ASAP, you're gonna start looking at that timer and you're gonna be like, okay, I have to focus, I have to get this done, and you're gonna start getting it done because the timer's right there and you see it going down. So it really kind of helps. It's a little hack that I like to use, and it'll definitely work. I like to use this time hack for like new things or smaller things that I'm trying to get done, or like specifically new habits that I'm trying to get into my routine. It really helps with putting a timer on, or things that I don't like to do. Like for example, I'm not much of a reader, but recently I have been using a time block method and I start timing myself just for 10 minutes. And I tell myself that I'm just going to read for 10 minutes, and once that 10-minute timer goes off, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. So it's kind of interesting how it works out, but it definitely works. And this could be for whatever you want to do in your life. It could be for memorizing, reading, even cleaning your room. Like if you procrastinate in cleaning your room, then use this time method where you just set a 10-minute timer on the side and you just start cleaning your room. And just see how much you get done. Once you have a timer on there, even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you could do a lot. It is crazy. Like, you definitely have to try this if you haven't tried it before. It's insane. And just one thing that I want to mention, if you're trying to get used to a new habit, instead of looking at it like from a broad and a big picture, kind of bring it down. Just try to bring it down and look at it one step at a time. So let's say, I don't know, like you're trying to write a book, for example. Don't focus on writing 20 pages of that book, because you're just going to start overthinking it and you're most likely going to give up. So think of just writing one sentence or one paragraph or whatever it is that works for you. Think of smaller steps rather than a big, huge step. Another good example is climbing a mountain. When you climb a mountain, you're going to have to start on the floor, and then you're going to have to slowly walk up and up and up until you reach the top. You're not going to magically start here and end up there. It's not going to happen. So just think of it like that. Small steps. Put one foot over the other and keep going. Think of it this way. When I go to the gym early in the mornings, I don't wake up thinking that I'm going to go to the gym. I just tell myself, you know what, let me just get up and get ready and go to the car. And once I think like that and just do that, even though I don't want to go to the gym that day, I end up going, because once I go to the car, I'm not going to go back inside and not go to the gym. That would just be stupid of me. So once I get to the car and I'm already out of the house, I'm most likely going to go to the gym now and get a workout done, because I just got out of the house. So when I get up, get changed, and go to the car, I have already done the hardest task, which is starting. Starting is literally the hardest task and something that we all struggle with. We just can't start. But just do it. Think smaller and just start. Think small. When we think big, we start to get afraid and we start to procrastinate and be lazy and not want to do it. But when we think smaller, we start to be like, okay, well, this is easy. And then when you get there, you're like, oh, okay. And you keep going and going and going. That's how you create discipline. Think of everything as a step by step course. Don't just think of the end result and just get there. No, you have to think of it step by step. And that's with everything in life. The next thing is your environment. Go to places that people are doing what you're doing. For example, if you're trying to study, go to the library where people are studying. It'll motivate you and it'll help you study. Once you're in the library, you're going to look at everybody and they're all going to be studying. So you're most likely going to study. And you're going to feel bad when you go on your phone and try to scroll and get distracted, because everybody's studying and you're going to be like, well, maybe I should study too. You see how it works? It helps you stay on track and stay focused. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, keep your phone away from you. Your phone is your enemy. Your phone is your enemy. Keep it away from you. When you need to get things done, just keep it away from you. Turn it off, do something. Keep it away. Put it in another room, give it to somebody, anything. Keep your phone away from you. It is a distraction and it will distract you. So these were the three big things: waking up early, time blocking, and finding an environment that keeps you going. Now, I want to share some tips that will make your life easier so you can become more disciplined. Tip number one, meal prep at least once a week. This is such a big one. Meal prep allows you not to skip meals. It allows you to eat healthier. It allows you to save money so you're not always eating out. It saves you so much time because you know how much time cooking takes. And it reduces your stress levels so you're not always thinking about what am I going to eat today, or when am I going to eat, or am I skipping meals, or this and that. So it just reduces your stress levels. Meal prep once a week. It really saves you time and it's really helpful. Second tip is creating a weekly schedule and tracking your life. When you're tracking your life and you know what you're going to be doing throughout the week, it kind of helps you envision and plan ahead. And this doesn't have to be anything special, just kind of know what you're going to be doing throughout the week. For example, know when you're going to do your laundry. If you're going to meal prep, know when you're going to meal prep. And that kind of helps you envision and plan things ahead, which definitely makes your life easier. For example, if you ask me when my laundry day is, I would tell you on Wednesday. And I already know that every Wednesday I do my laundry and it kind of helps me stay on track so I'm not stressing out. Same thing with meal prepping and same thing with everything. Kind of have a nice schedule and a tracker where you could track your progress as well. The third tip is a life change for me. It is the biggest tip that I could ever give you, and that is consume good content. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to get off social media or don't scroll or anything like that because social media can be good for you if you use it correctly. So, what you're going to do is instead of consuming things that are not going to help you, instead consume things that are going to help you, like increasing in knowledge. For example, if you are on social media, instead of following celebrities and trying to find out what they're doing in their life and drama and things that are just not beneficial for you, instead follow people who are beneficial for you, people who will give you knowledge, people who will inspire you and motivate you, people who are into fitness and all these things. Because when you go on social media and start scrolling, you're going to look at them and you're going to be like, well, this person's working out. And my whole page is about inspiration, motivation, workout, discipline, all those things. You're going to want to get up instead of sitting there and scrolling all day long, which is so good. It's like a little hack. It kind of relates to that environment thing that I was mentioning earlier. Things that you consume, you're going to start being like them. So if you go on your social media page and you look at someone who's working out, you're most likely going to be like, whoa, that's amazing. I kind of want to get up and start working out as well. So it's going to motivate you. And then you start building discipline out of that motivation. Because obviously, you can't rely on motivation. You have to build discipline after that motivation. But it kind of helps you start. When it comes to music, I know this is something that a lot of people might not like. I'm not going to tell you to stop listening to music, but definitely consume things that are better. Listen to a motivational podcast, or when you want to listen to music, try to listen to things that will actually help you, like learning a new skill or something that might benefit you rather than music. Because if I'm going to be honest with you guys, when it comes to music, it messes your head. And you can kind of do your own research on that. I'm not going to sit here and talk about music, but it messes with your brain and it starts controlling it. And that's why when you listen to specific type of music, that emotion really gets in you, which starts controlling your brain and your thoughts and your body. So you don't have to quit music if you don't want to. It's kind of up to you, but definitely consume better things if you want to improve your lifestyle and your mind. And there's so many things out there. There's podcasts, there's so many things on YouTube or like about learning a new skill. And you can kind of listen to things that you're interested in and that will build your mind and knowledge. Building knowledge is how you grow. And when you start listening to good things, you start implementing them into your life and it kind of shifts your mindset a little bit. You can also listen to things how to shift your mindset, how to become disciplined, how to do this, how to do that, and just listen to it. It's really helpful. The next tip is one of my favorites, and that is rewarding yourself at the end of the week or whenever you want, but just at least once a week, I would say. Reward yourself. If you are working so hard the whole week, then just take a moment, at least 10 minutes or 20 minutes at the end of that week and reward yourself. Take yourself out. Maybe go get your favorite food or cook your favorite food or do something for yourself just to kind of motivate you and keep you happy. Rewarding yourself is so important. I think a lot of people forget about it, but it's so important for your mental health because taking care of yourself is essential. It's not an option. It's essential. And a lot of people forget it. So just kind of remember to reward yourself. It doesn't have to be anything too big. It could be something small, like going to your favorite place or again, getting your favorite food or whatever it is. Just reward yourself at the end of the week. You can also go out with friends. You can watch the sunrise. Just do whatever you like, anything that you enjoy. And that will kind of motivate you, especially in the beginning of the week, because you know that you are going to reward yourself at the end of the week. So you're kind of like, okay, let me get this done. No matter how hard it is, no matter how much this sucks and I don't want to do this, I'm still going to do it. Because you know at the end of the week, you're going to get this like tiny reward and you're looking so forward to it. And it's going to make you the happiest person on earth. So it's a little motivational boost. Now, the last tip is your night routine. And this is going to be different for everybody, and it's not going to be the same every single day. So, there are going to be nights where you're going to be working late, trying to get something done, and all of those things, right? But try your best to make your night routines enjoyable as much as you can, even if it's just for a few minutes. And that could be just like one habit. For example, and I mention this all the time, for me it's journaling. I really enjoy it and I do it almost every night. That kind of just brings up my mood. So for you, you have to have something that kind of brings up your mood before you go to bed so you can sleep easily and end up getting enough rest. So find that one thing that will kind of help you reset and wind down as you get ready for bed. Something that I really like to include if I have time during my night routine is planning for the next day so I could kind of mentally prepare myself and just make sure that I'm on track and I'm not missing anything, which allows you to kind of have an easier morning. So you're not like all over the place in the morning. You already know and planned out your day. And last but not least is just be grateful. Like before you close your eyes, just kind of really be grateful for what you have. I always mention this all the time because gratitude is something that will make you happier no matter where you are in the world and what you are experiencing. No matter what you are experiencing, always be grateful for what you have and practice that every day, whether it's at night or in the morning or whatever it is. Practice gratitude every day. It will shape you, it will make you happier, and you will just become a better person. So be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for who you are and where you are in the world and your journey because you're unique and there's so much in your life that are just amazing if you just take a second to think about it. Especially if you had like a bad, stressful day, that's when you need gratitude the most. It's when you're at your weakest and you're stressing out and you're just complaining. So you need to make sure that whatever you went through throughout the day, the stress and everything, that you take a moment before you go to bed and appreciate yourself and your life and your journey. Because no matter what you are going through, you have a lot in your life. And the fact that you're just breathing right now and watching this video is just a blessing by itself. So just be grateful. You need to program your mind that no matter what, you will be okay. And just one last thing that I want to mention is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to start something or do something that you've been wanting to do, but you're just so afraid of what people are going to think of you or afraid of failure. Because at the end of the day, the world is so huge. And who cares about what anybody thinks? Honestly, guys, I don't know why we're just so focused. And I do it sometimes. I always focus on what is this person going to think of me? Especially when I started my fitness journey and I started going to the gym. I was like, what if I do this wrong? I used to go in this little corner with my little dumbbell because I was afraid of going into the gym and exploring and doing something wrong and looking stupid. But now I just go into the gym and if I do something stupid, like it's fine. Either someone will come up and help me because they're so nice, because sometimes the gym community is so nice, or sometimes people will just laugh at me and look at me like I'm crazy, but it's fine. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to see that person in a few years from now. I'm really not. And they're going to forget about it, and I'm going to forget about it, and it'll just be okay. Where we always think the whole world is watching us. In reality, if you just don't think about that and just let go of that fear, you'll kind of start to realize that no one actually cares. Like it's whatever. And if you end up failing in that specific thing, then just get up and learn. Because guess what? Everybody fails in this world. Everybody fails. That's how we learn. You have to fail and then you get up, you grow, and you learn. And hopefully you don't end up repeating the same mistake. Just don't be afraid. If you have been wanting to start something, do it. Just start and see what happens. What are you going to lose? Maybe you'll get humiliated. Maybe someone's going to say something. Who cares? Who cares? Let them talk. Who cares? Like, imagine that thing that you are afraid of doing could potentially change your life forever. Like, you will never get there and you'll never know because you're so afraid of doing it. So just do it. Don't be afraid. Start and see what happens. And just be yourself. Because there's people that are not going to like you in this world. And there's going to be people who are going to talk. But just be yourself. So, yeah. Just don't be afraid and start what you have been wanting to start. Anyways, that's the end of the video, you guys. I hope this video helps you in any way and you start implementing any of it into your life. And as always, I believe in you. I'll see you guys in the next video.